Well, mostly good news. The Rover is back together again, bar the shouting. My box with all my nuts and bolts in has only got the stuff for the battery left. And underneath the bonnet, let's just get that open. There we go. Everything bar the battery box is back in there. And you'll also notice that the clutch hydraulics are also undone there. And the other end of the pipe is just underneath it. I've had a problem today with bleeding the clutch system, or at least getting some fluid into the clutch system. Here are my two master cylinders. Here's the old one, and if you pump this, it expels fluid at high pressure, which is what it should do. Whereas this lovely shiny new one, as you can see there's fluid in it, but pump it and nothing happens. Let's hold it upright so the fluid's there. So unfortunately, I suspect I've got a Duff master cylinder, which would explain why I can't bleed my clutch hydraulics. So I'll have to sort that out later on with the supplier. But everything's back together again. The only bits that are left are fuel filter, and part of the vent system on the driver's side, because I managed to drop one of the master cylinder bolts behind the bit of trim, so that had to come off, and then battery box, battery and cover. So a good day of rovering. Slightly frustrating that I can't finish it today, because that's really what I'd aim to do, and drive it off and get the wheels aligned. For those people that wanted to see the condition of what came out of the clutch system, here we go. So the slave cylinder more or less fell apart when I took it out of the gearbox. There's the release bearing, and that is really graunchy. I mean, that is one knackered bearing. That should spin very freely, and it's very notchy and very stiff. So that can't have been doing my car much good. So that's 125,000 miles of service, and that is pretty knackered. There's other parts of it. There's the spring from the inside of it. That's another part of it. We just undid the roll pins and took the hydraulics apart just to see how it was all connected up. Here is the clutch. There's the clutch plate. This was actually not in bad nick. This probably would have gone again, to be perfectly honest. Except that a couple of the bolts had actually seized into the flywheel, so I had to get an angle grinder and cut them off. The clutch plate itself, again, actually wasn't that worn. I believe it's the original one for the vehicle, although I haven't got this car's service history because it was an insurance write-off, so I don't know whether it ever had a new clutch or not. But there is still some depth left there. We're not down to the rivets yet, certainly. Although looking at it here, you can see that the sort of chamfering, the design in it is wearing down in some places, so... Well, it was going to get replaced anyway, so that's fine. And then the DMF, there's a bit of movement in that. I think that's probably as designed. Not a huge amount. As you can see, there's a bit of damage here from the bolt that is actually still attached to it. So, regardless of whether that would have been good enough to go again, it isn't going again, because I have to chop it up. I don't know if any of these numbers are useful in telling if it was the original one. It's Luck branded, LUK, so I assume that's what they originally came with. It's a 2004 75 Tourer diesel. So that's about all there is to say right now. Mostly a good day, mostly everything back together again, and I'm sure the car will start and work happily when I put the fuel system back together again and given it a battery. But until I get the master cylinder replaced or work out what's going on with it, I have come to a halt. So, hopefully, better news in the next video. Bye for now.